Welcome to LaughNapkin. Today I have 3 stories from your favorite subreddit r/MaliciousCompliance. If you're a fan of these Reddit stories, please consider subscribing because I'm putting out new stories daily. Now let's get to the video. Not allowed to change in a locker room anymore? Okay, this happened fairly recently. My work is fairly small and situated in a mall. We have a small locker room, but it's unisex, so no one gets fully dressed there. But many people will change their tops. Most days, I work 2 shifts. An early morning maintenance shift, with a midday lunch shift starting straight after I finish the maintenance. My managers are really stingy with breaks. Absolute legal minimum, clock to the second. They'll also try and schedule you for just under the hour requirement to avoid giving you another break. i.e., if you're due for another break if you work 8 hours, they'll schedule you for 7 hours and 45 minutes. As a maintenance worker, I have a maintenance shirt which I switch to a general uniform top when I come off of maintenance. Since I'm a female presenting, I wear a light shirt underneath for decency. Normally, it would only take me a few seconds to switch tops and jump back on floor for my second shift. But a few weeks ago, my boss pulled me aside and told me that they didn't want me changing in their locker room anymore for hygiene reasons. Notably, they didn't tell any of my male coworkers who had been doing this same thing for years. Now I have to walk to the nearest bathroom approximately 5 minutes away to get changed. Here's where the compliance comes in. There was an unspoken expectation that I would have to get changed during my break. But given how stringent my managers are, I really didn't want to gouge a large chunk out of my limited free time. Instead, every day I deliberately leave a small amount of maintenance work left undone, maybe 10-15 minutes worth before my break, so I'd have to keep my maintenance shirt on to complete that work. Once that's done, I take a leisurely stroll to the nearest bathroom while on clock to get changed. This is generally one of the busiest periods, early lunch rush, so my managers often have to stop sitting and chatting in the office and cover me until I get back. I always go the extra mile, Janet. I used to work in a large DIY store and had a manager, I'll call her Janet, that would run her department like a tyrant. I was her least favorite employee, and she made this clear from day one. One day in an annual performance meeting, she expressed how disappointed she was in me and that I should go the extra mile for customers, and they're always right. This went on my personal file. This store had lots of younger staff and would regularly get unreasonable requests from customers, especially on timber cutting. This is when I had the genius idea to do every request a customer gave me to see how far I could push it. A couple weeks later, an elderly couple came in wanting a fireplace. I showed them the display model. It was high up on a wall, and the gentleman wanted to see the boxed wood color to see if it would match his furniture. He says the display is perfect, but this one is wrong. I informed him it's because the wood was coated in a special varnish so it would look fresh on display. He says, "Can I have that one up there?" I say, "Of course you can. It will be ready by 8 p.m. tonight, as I have to take it apart and replace it with a boxed one." 3 hours later, Janet walks in, and I'm building a full fireplace in the middle of the store. "Janet, why the hell have you taken that down? It was fitted a week ago." Me, "The customer wants this one, and they're always right, so I've gone the extra mile." She storms off, and I spend the full shift replacing it, taking my time. The customer was so happy I did it, they gave me a $20 and a thank you card. The following Friday, a local gospel choir came in at 19:30, 30 minutes from closing. Customer, "Hello child, would you do this timber order?" It was almost a full pallet of timber sheets to be cut into lots of pieces. I explained it would take me a couple of hours, and we closed in 30 minutes. "We don't mind waiting, and you'll be doing the Lord's work. Jesus was a carpenter, child." Who am I to deny the Lord's work, even as an atheist? I asked a store manager if I could do it, as it's for a local church and they're doing a new stage for Sunday. Store manager says yes, Please, stay late, and Janet can stay late too to lock up after you, and I'll lock up the rest of the store. Just get them to pay before we close." Janet was pissed. She was meant to go out to a party, but the choir was so happy. They was singing gospel songs with my name put in them for 3 hours. When I was done, I loaded up their van and they hugged me. A very nice review was later posted online, and my store manager was happy. Not Janet. She tried to give me a written warning for making her late, and I refused to sign it. I said the customer was right, so I was right. The store manager was informed of my refusal to sign, and he went mental at Janet for giving me a warning. He said she was undermining his authority and he told me to do it, and she was giving me petty warnings for nothing. My previous warnings by Janet were removed. Janet got a serious talking to and a warning. I still did the unreasonable request for customers if it would kill some time or was for a good cause, like building a full rabbit hutch out of scrap wood for a single dad and his little girl and charging $1 for it, as we decided to price for cut-off wood. Most importantly, Janet learned a lesson to be careful what she pulled staff up on and left me alone. My brother told me to piss off, so I did. He locked himself out of his room and I knew how to get him back in. I was all around 13 or so, and my brother is 3 years older than me. I woke up one morning to my brother huffing and bellowing and generally being a jerk. It didn't take very long to realize he locked himself out of his room. I offered to help him, but as soon as I did, he turned around and snapped at me to piss off. Oh, okay, sure. I went inside the kitchen and had breakfast, eating slowly and watching the insanity unfold. My brother is stalking from his room to the back of the house, out the back door, circles around outside to wrestle his window, then to the front of the house and comes in through the front door and paces back and forth in front of his door again. No matter what he tries, he can't get inside. Me, are you sure you don't want help? Him, get effing lost. I go into the living room and boot up his PlayStation, which he left in the living room, and played his games for a few hours. He's so preoccupied with doing his circuits outside, around and through the house, out the back door and in the front, that he doesn't even notice. Lunchtime rolls around. I ask him if he's absolutely certain he doesn't want help. Once again, I get a slew of expletives. So I go back inside, make a sandwich, grab a glass of orange juice, go back outside to sit on the bonnet of the car and watch as he does his circuits and wrestles with the window. I enjoy my lunch, and I go back inside to play more of his games. Hours later, the sun is going down, and I've had my fill of games, and I go out to check on how he's doing. He's standing defeated, staring helplessly at his window like it's betrayed him. Me, so how are you doing? You managed to get in yet? He doesn't hear the sarcasm. He looks like he's about to cry. Him, no, look, I'm sorry about shouting at you earlier, but I locked myself out. I gave his arm a comforting pat and nodded. Yeah, I heard about that. Would you like some help? Him, I don't know what you could do, but yeah, I've tried everything. Thanks though. Me, oh, it's no problem, but have you tried this yet? I pulled the top of his window down, where he's been trying to wrestle it up this whole time. The house is old, and the windows have been painted over many a time. So much that everyone but me forgot once upon a time you actually could open the windows up from the top, even if it was locked from the inside. The look on his face as I walked away makes me wish I had been wearing sunglasses or walked away polishing my nails with my shirt. It's been 20 years since then, and that jaw drop was so satisfying, it makes me smile even to this day. I waited all day for my apology, and god damn, it felt good when I finally got it. Well, that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and bell. By the way, I just started a Discord server for anyone looking to be part of the LaughNapkin community. Link in the description below. See you next time.